Hi everyone, it's Scott from Math Logos, and in this lesson we're going to look at simplifying fractions. Let's look at our first example. Simplify fully 6/8. When it comes to simplifying fractions, we want to find the highest common factor of both the numerator and the denominator, and then we want to divide the numerator and the denominator by the highest common factor. So the first thing we want to do is find the factors of 6. So the factors of 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. And our factors always come in pairs like this. We then want to look and find the factors of 8. So the factors of 8 are 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. At this point, we want to find the highest common factor in both lists. You can see that 2 is the highest common factor. We'll then take our fraction 6 over 8 and we'll divide it by 2 on the numerator and 2 on the denominator. This will look like this: 6 divided by 2 on the numerator and 8 divided by 2 on the denominator. 6 divided by 2 is 3 and 8 divided by 2 is 4. It's helpful for our understanding of fractions to consider the question, what is the value of the fraction I've divided by? So have a think about that. And the answer is that 2 over 2 has a value of 1. And if I've divided 6/8 by 1, I've not actually changed the value of the fraction, which is why we can say that they are equivalent. So 6/8 equals 3/4. Pause the video and give this question a go. Simplify fully 9 over 15. Let's quickly look at the factors of 9. So we have 1 and 9 and 3 times 3. So the factors are 1, 3, and 9. And let's look at 15. We have 1 multiplied by 15. And it's interesting that a number always has factors of 1 in itself. And 15 can also be written as 3 multiplied by 5. So 3 and 5 are also factors. We'll look at both lists and we can see that the highest common factor is 3. So we'll take our 9/15 and we will divide both the numerator, that's the top number, and the denominator, the bottom number, by 3. So we'll do 9 divided by 3, and we'll do 15 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So our answer is 3/5. Our next example says simplify fully 18 divided by 24. Let's consider the factors of 18. We have 1 and 18, we have 2 and 9, and we have 3 and 6. And we'll do the same for 24. We can say that 24 is 1 multiplied by 24, 2 multiplied by 12, 3 multiplied by 8, and 4 multiplied by 6. We will consider both lists and we can see that 6 is the highest common factor. So we'll take 18 over 24 and we'll divide it by 6 on the numerator and 6 on the denominator. 18 divided by 6 is 3, and 24 divided by 6 is 4. So our answer is 3/4. Give this one a go. Simplify fully 20 over 28. So we'll consider the factors of 20. We have 1 and 20. Remember, 1 and the number itself will always be factors. 2 and 10, 4 and 5. And we'll consider 28. We have 1 and 28, 2 and 14, and we have 4 and 7. We then look at both lists and see that the highest common factor is 4. So we'll take our 20 over 28 and divide it by 4 on the numerator and on the denominator. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. Our answer is 5/7. Let's look at our next example. Convert 42 over 18 to a mixed number in its simplest form. So it's just worth defining what a mixed number is, and that's a number where we have a part that's a whole number and a part that's a fraction. So for example, 2.5. So what we could do is we could take 42 over 18 and turn that into a mixed number in its current form. So think how many 18s go into 42. But it would actually be slightly easier to simplify this fraction first. And 42 is a little bit harder in terms of our factors. We might not be able to spot the highest common factor right away, but I can spot that they both have a factor of at least 2, because 42 is an even number. I know that because it ends in an even number. And 18 is an even number because it ends in an 8, which is even as well. So what I can do is I can do this in 2 steps. I'll take 42 over 18, and I'll start off by dividing it by 2 over 2, because I know they both have factors of 2. We'll do 42 divided by 2 off to the side. 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 2 once. So 42 divided by 2 is 21, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. I'll then consider 21 and 9 and see if I can spot any other factors. So 21 has factors of 3 and 7, and I forgot to do 1 and 21. And 9 has factors of 1 and 9, and 3 and 3. So you can see the highest common factor is 3. So we can divide 21 over 9 by 3 over 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. We get this fraction 7 over 3, and we then want to turn that into a mixed number. And to do that, we want to think of 7 over 3 as 7 divided by 3. In other words, how many 3's go into 7? Well, we know that 3 goes in twice to give us 6, with 1 left over, so our answer is 2 1/3. And if you struggle with figuring out how many 3's go into 7, you can just list out your 3 times tables. So 3, 6, 9. We can see that 3 goes in twice to give us 6, and we'd have 1 left over to get to 7. And that's where I get the 2 1/3 from. Give this one a go. So convert 50 over 20 to a mixed number in its simplest form. Now what I could do, as I've been doing before, is list out all my factors of 50 and all my factors of 20. But because they both end in a 0, I know they're both divisible by 10. So I'm actually going to start by doing that. We'll take our 50 over 20 and we'll divide it by 10 on the numerator and the denominator. 50 divided by 10 is 5, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. I'll take my 5 over 2, and I want to turn that into a mixed number. We'll consider that 5 over 2 is 5 divided by 2. How many 2's go into 5? Well, it goes in twice to give us 4, with 1 left over. My answer is 2 1/2. If you're enjoying the video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to reach more people. Thank you. Our next example says convert 2 6/8 to an improper fraction. Leave your answer in its simplest form. An improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator, that's the top number, is greater than the denominator. So for example, 11 over 3 would be an improper fraction. We want to convert 2 6/8, and what I've noticed is that I can actually simplify 6/8 first. They have a common factor of 2, so I'll divide through by 2 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. And what that means is 2 6/8 is actually equal to 2 3/4. And I'll deal with this instead. So I want to convert 2 3/4 into an improper fraction, and I'll consider that first part of the fraction 2. I could think of 2 as 1, add 1. Or 4 over 4, add 4 over 4. But because it's 2 3/4, I've already counted for 2. I need another 3/4 as well. And when I'm adding fractions, I actually add the numerators, not the denominators. So 4 add 3 is 11 over 4. So we can convert our mixed numbers to improper fractions a little quicker than that. If we consider 2 3/4, we can do 4 multiplied by 2, which gives us 8/4. In other words, 2 is 8/4. And then we can add on our 3/4. 8 add 3 is 11 over 4. Give this question a go. Convert 3 3/12 to an improper fraction. Leave your answer in its simplest form. So we want to look at that fraction part of the mixed number first. So we'll consider 3/12. We can divide through by 3 over 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 3 3/12 is equal to 3 1/4. And we'll do the quicker way of turning this into an improper fraction. I'll do 4 multiplied by 3 to give me 12. And I'll write that over 4. Now what I've done there is I've essentially said that 3 is 12/4. I need to then account for the extra quarter, because it's 3 1/4. I'll add on my quarter. When I'm adding fractions, I want to add the numerator, so I'll do 12 add 1 to give me 13. And I do not add my denominators. My answer is 13/4 or 13 over 4. If you're following along in our lesson booklets, you can now complete exercise 1 to 4. Our next example says true or false. 12 over 20 is less than 10 over 25. When I was at school and it came to inequality symbols, I learned that the alligator always eats the larger number. So this statement is essentially saying that 10 25ths is greater than 12 20ths. That was me reading it from right to left, but I could also read it from left to right. 12 20ths is less than 10 25ths. And in order to compare these, I need to have the same denominator on both of my fractions. That's going to be an easy way to do it. So I'll start off by simplifying 12 over 20. And I know that the highest common factor of 12 and 20 is 4. So I'll divide by 4 over 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. I'll then try and simplify 10 over 25. And I know that numbers that end in a 0 4 and a 5 are divisible by 5, so I can divide by 5 over 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. We can then rewrite our original inequality. So we've said that 12 over 20 is 3/5, and our statement is saying that that is less than 10 over 25, which we've said is 2/5. And we'll quickly have a look and we can see that that's not true. 3/5 is less than 2/5. Well, of course, that is false. Pause the video and give this question a go. Okay, let's run through it. True or false, 25 over 35 is greater than 16 over 28. Let's start by simplifying both fractions. So 25 over 35, very clearly they have a common factor of 5, so I'll divide through by that. 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 35 divided by 5 is 7. We'll then simplify our 16 over 28, and they both have a common factor of 4, so I'll divide through by 4 over 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4, and 28 divided by 4 is 7, so that's 4/7. I'll rewrite the original statement, so 25 over 35. Instead of writing that, I'll write my 5/7 because I know they're equal. And we want to see, is that greater than 16 over 28, which we've said was 4/7. So is 5/7 greater than 4/7? Well, yes, it is. So that statement is actually true. Our next question says, show that 84 over 126 is equal to 2/3. Now we're not going to easily be able to spot the highest common factor of 84 and 126, but we can spot some of the other factors that they have. I know that 84 is divisible by 2 because it ends in an even number, and 126 also ends in an even number, so it's also divisible by 2. We'll take both of these and we'll divide them by 2. This is a non-calculator, so we need to do short division. 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 4 twice. And we'll take our 126 and divide it by 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. It's a show that question, so we need to show every stage of our working out. 84 over 126 divided by 2 over 2. I've already done those calculations. 84 divided by 2 is 42, and 126 divided by 2 is 63. Now, I might be tempted at this stage to stop, but I know that I need to show that it's equal to 2/3, so we're going to keep going. If I look at the 63, I might be able to take an educated guess and say that that's divisible by 3. I know 60 is divisible by 3, so 63 must also be divisible by 3. We'll try that. 63 divided by 3, 3 goes into 6 twice, 3 goes into 3 once. And we'll do the same thing with 42, we'll divide it by 3, 3 goes into 4 once with 1 left over, 3 goes into 12 4 times. My next line would be this, 42 divided by 63 divided by 3 over 3. And we said that 42 divided by 3 was 14. And we said that 63 divided by 3 was 21. 14 and 21 are both multiples of 7, so I can divide them both by 7. I'll divide by 7 over 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 21 divided by 7 is 3. So I've now shown that 84 over 126 is equal to 2/3. Give this question a go. Show that 72 over 90 is equal to 4/5. 72 is in the 9 times tables, and so is 90. So I'll start off by dividing both of these by 9. So I'll divide by 9 over 9. 72 divided by 9 is 8, and 90 divided by 9 is 10. 8 and 10 have a common factor of 2. So I'll take 8/10 and I'll divide it by 2 over 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I've shown that 72 over 90 is equal to 4/5. Our last example is a worded question. A class has 30 students, 12 of them walk to school. Write the fraction of the class who don't walk to school in its simplest form. If the class has 30 students and 12 of them walk to school, then the difference between these two numbers is going to be the number of children who don't walk to school. 30 subtract 12 is 18. Write the fraction of the class who don't walk to school in its simplest form. So I know that 18 of the class don't walk to school out of a total number of children in the class of 30. So 18/30ths of the class don't walk to school. The highest common factor of 18 and 30 is 6, so I'll divide through by 6 over 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. So we can say that 3/5 of the class don't walk to school. So pause the video and give this question a go. Let's go through it. A football team played 44 matches and won 8 of them. Write the fraction of the matches they did not win out of the total number of matches played in its simplest form. So if the football team played 44 matches and they won 8 of them, then the difference between these two numbers is going to be the number of matches that they didn't win. Now those could have been losses or they could have been draws. We don't know, but they weren't wins. 44 subtract 8 is 36. So 36 out of the 44 matches were not won, and we can then simplify this. 36 and 44 have a highest common factor of 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9, and 44 divided by 4 is 11. So 9/11ths of their matches they did not win. If you're following along in our lesson booklets, you can now complete exercises 5 and 6. Thank you for watching the video.